Hi, my name's Paula Smith, Director of Multicultural Ministries. You are listening to a Mississippi Baptist Convention Board production.
All right, glad you're joining us today on Around the Table. Today we have two special guests with us. We have Martha Bowman and also Rolando Ortiz. We're going to talk about a church plant in Richland in just a moment, but before we get started, Tanner's going to give us some announcements about a few events that's coming up.
That's right, and we are in a side room at Brandon Baptist Church during the State Evangelism Conference, so if behind us in our recording here, if we hear some William Carey music tonight, we'll all be blessed from that, I guess, here in this sit-down recording. We do have some events coming up, though, besides Evangelism Conference happening right now. We have the Dixie National Rodeo Ministry coming up. So that's this week. January 31st is when it starts. Another evangelistic outreach at the fairgrounds in downtown Jackson. That goes through February 8th. And then February 1st, which is this weekend as well, Together for the Nations. It's an IMB event. This is a really good event. If you love missions around the world, and you're in Mississippi, jump online and register for this. They cut that off at some point here, but you can still be involved and still show up and attend that event. Then the end of February 27th, we have a Mississippi Worship and Media Conference in Brookhaven with a lot of different breakouts. It's a one-day event with a special worship service from Crescent City Worship. That's New Orleans worship team to conclude that conference that night at First Baptist Brookhaven. You can find more events at mbcb.org/events. And let's get to the conversation today, John.
Yeah, sounds good. So Rolando knew that he was coming to sit down with us today to have a conversation. Martha did not know.
This is good.
So glad to have both you guys here. And we want to hear about the church plant, but let's start with just kind of tell us about your family and where you grew up and, how you got here.
¿Quieren saber como de su familia, dónde nació y cómo llegó a estar aquí?
Bueno, yo nací en Yara, Granma, una provincia de Cuba.
I was born in Yara in Granma, which is one of the provinces in Cuba.
Nací en medio de una familia que no era cristiana.
I was born into a family that was not Christian.
Pero estudiando para profesor de física, Dios tocó mi corazón.
But as I was in the university studying to become a physics professor, God touched my heart.
Recibí a Cristo en mi corazón.
I received Christ into my heart.
Y comencé el caminar en el Señor.
And I began my walk with the Lord.
Fue un desafío para mí, juntamente, poder hablarle a los míos acerca de Jesucristo.
It was a real challenge for me to share with my family about Jesus.
Tuve muchas críticas de parte de la familia.
I had a lot of criticism from my family.
Pero a pesar de todo, pude permanecer en el Señor.
But in spite of everything, I could remain faithful in the Lord.
Lo que más me gustaba era escuchar los sermones del pastor.
Look, I became one of the most wonderful things for my life was to hear the sermons of the preacher.
Y Dios fue obrando en mi vida.
The Lord was working in my life.
Pude graduarme de física.
I graduated with a degree in physics.
Trabajé 2 años.
And worked for 2 years.
Y las personas me hablaban y me decían de que veían en mí que yo podía servir como un pastor.
And people shared with me that they could see in my life that I maybe could serve as a pastor.
Realmente yo no lo veía así.
I didn't see it in myself.
Pero un día Dios trató con mi vida por medio de otros pastores.
But one day the Lord spoke to me through some other pastors.
Y el Señor me hizo un llamado especial.
And the Lord gave me a very specific call.
Me vi en medio de una situación difícil en el campo donde ayudaba a mi padre a trabajar.
I saw myself in the middle of a difficult situation out in the country where my parents lived.
Tenía que ayudarle a cuidar los animales que él tenía en el campo.
I had to help take care of the animals that they had in the country.
Y siempre tenía la costumbre de que me tiraba de rodillas y oraba al Señor y le pedía que en medio de aquel monte cuidara de los animales que había y de mi vida.
And so I just had a habit of getting on my knees and asking the Lord to help me take care of these animals that I had to take care of and to take care of my life.
no teníamos armas para defendernos, no había nada y sabíamos que podían venir ladrones a robar ese lugar.
We didn't have arms, of course, but we knew that robbers could come and take our animals from us.
Y le pedí al Señor que así como Él es quien cuida de la ciudad, que cuidara siempre de ese lugar.
And so I asked God that since we knew He could take care of even the cities, that He would take care of the place where we were.
Y una noche Dios quebrantó mi corazón por medio de el pasaje de Isaías capítulo 6 versículos del 1 al 8.
And one night the Lord spoke to my heart, and it broke my heart. And as He spoke to me about Isaiah
6 del 1 al 8.
6 from 1 to 8.
Y de verdad sentí un quebrantamiento grande en mi alma.
And I felt that my soul was poured out before the Lord,
Un peso muy grande en mis hombros.
a heavy weight on my shoulders.
Y le dije al Señor que si me necesitaba, ahí yo estaba.
And so I told the Lord if He needed me, I was there.
Y Dios comenzó a cambiar muchas cosas en mi vida.
So the Lord began to change a lot of things in my life.
Trabajé 2 años con el Estado.
I worked 2 years for the government as a
Y
professor.
a los 2 años el Señor me abrió la puerta para servir como misionero en Cuba.
And after those 2 years, the Lord opened the door for me to serve as a missionary in Cuba.
Dejé mi trabajo y mi salario y vine a trabajar por la mitad de lo que me pagaban.
So I left my job as a teacher and my job with the government, and went to work in a mission for half of the salary that I was making as a teacher.
Y el Señor nos bendijo en gran manera.
And the Lord blessed me in a great way.
Creemos en un Dios que es fiel.
He's a God that's faithful.
Y comenzamos el ministerio sin nada.
So we started the ministry with nothing.
Así que empezar de cero no nos asombra.
So being here and starting from zero doesn't surprise us or scare us.
Me dio la bendición también en ese tiempo de conocer a mi esposa y casarnos.
So during this time, the Lord gave me the opportunity to meet my wife and for us to get married.
Y servimos en Cuba por más de 20 años.
And so we served in Cuba for more than 20 years.
Dios nos ayudó a plantar 5 iglesias
The Lord helped us to plant 5 churches
y también a abrir nuevas misiones.
and to open several new missions.
Nos permitió también servir como profesores en el seminario
And the Lord allowed me to be a professor at the seminary in Cuba
y poder estudiar y obtener el grado de maestría en divinidad.
and He gave me the privilege to study and get my master's degree in divinity.
Habíamos visitado este país más de 10 veces.
We visited this country more than 10 times.
Aún entrando por la frontera de Miami, o sea, el aeropuerto, muchas veces nos habían ofrecido el quedarnos, los mismos oficiales que trabajaban allí.
And at times as we entered the airport went through the airport in Miami, even some of the officials said that they could offer us the opportunity to stay here.
Pero nunca quisimos,
But we never felt like we should do that
porque sentíamos que teníamos un compromiso en Cuba.
because we felt like the Lord had us to work in Cuba.
Y también teníamos nuestros 3 hijos en Cuba.
And we also had our 3 sons who were in Cuba.
Y nuestra oración siempre fue, o nos abre la puerta un día y venimos todos, o no venimos.
Our prayer had always been that if God would open the door for all 5 of us to come, or we wouldn't come.
Y gracias al Señor, después de pastorear estos 20 años, Dios nos abrió la puerta.
So I thank the Lord that after pastoring for 20 years in Cuba, God opened the door for us to be able to come here.
Era algo que ya no pensábamos que estaba por ocurrir.
It was something that we never thought would happen.
Habíamos, como quien dice, perdido la esperanza que eso ocurriera.
We had really lost hope of being able to come here.
Pero cuando menos pensamos en ello, Dios nos abrió la puerta.
But when we were least thinking about it, God opened the doors.
Teníamos ciertos temores con nuestros hijos.
We had certain fears with our children.
El primero había podido pasar solo un mes en el servicio militar.
Our oldest one had served 1 month in the military.
Yes. Porque en Cuba el servicio es obligatorio.
In Cuba, it's an obligation to serve in the military.
Pero los cristianos sufren mucho en esos lugares.
But the Christians suffer a lot in their service.
Algunos han sido hasta violados.
And some have even been violated, some of the Christians.
Y orábamos por nuestro segundo y tercer hijo.
So we prayed for our second and third sons.
Y gracias a Dios, Dios nos abrió la puerta ante que pudieran regular a nuestro segundo hijo.
So we thank the Lord that he was able to open the door before the government didn't allow our second son to leave the country because it was so close to time for his military service.
Y vinimos aquí.
And we got to come here.
Y aquí estamos.
So here we are.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, can you kind of tell us about the journey of, getting here? And I know being a pastor is in your heart. So how you kind of went from that journey of moving to the United States, being a pastor at heart, and now to the place where you are of having the beginnings of a congregation.
Puede decirlo más o menos.
I'm sorry. You're doing great, Martha. Thank you. Thank you.
Ha pasado estos meses que sabemos que tú eres pastor de corazón y venir aquí y estar estos meses y recién está empezando a plantar una iglesia.
Sí, para nosotros, por lo menos para mí, fue muy difícil los primeros meses.
For me, it was very hard the first months.
Predicar todos los domingos y estar dentro de una congregación es algo especial.
To be able to preach every Sunday and be among your congregation is something very special.
Y saber que no lo puedes hacer
And to know you won't be able to do that on Sunday,
es duro.
it was hard.
Pero empezamos a orar con Víctor y Marta en casa. Tenemos un tiempo de oración.
So we began to pray with Vic and Martha, and at home we have a prayer time every day.
Todas las noches a las 8 de la noche oramos juntos.
Every night at 8 o'clock we pray.
Y empezamos a orar pidiéndole a Dios que nos diera una familia.
So we began to pray that God would give us one family.
Le pedimos a Dios, Señor, necesitamos una familia. Ayúdanos a encontrar el hombre de paz, como dice tu palabra.
And Lord, help us to find a family. We call it in Cuba a man of peace. Help us to find one man of peace.
Y increíblemente Dios usó a un hermano que visita Cuba.
And it's incredible how God used a brother that visits Cuba sometimes.
Para hablarle al pastor Sam Taylor de la primera iglesia bautista de Florence.
As he was talking with the brother Sam Taylor, who's the pastor at First Baptist Church in Florence.
Y le habló de mi persona y él escuchó de que yo había sido pastor y que él tenía una familia hispana que necesitaba ser atendida y que él no podía atender.
So he was telling him about me and how I was a pastor. And so the pastor said, well, he had a family that was Hispanic and didn't really speak English, and they needed a pastor. And so he was telling me about them.
Y este pastor, sin conocernos, dijo, quiero conocer a ese pastor cubano que hay aquí.
And so the pastor said, I would like to meet this Cuban pastor.
Y tuvimos un encuentro con el pastor Taylor.
So we had a meeting with him, Pastor Taylor.
Y él nos pidió que atendiéramos a esta familia.
So he asked that we would visit that family.
Y comenzamos con esta familia un estudio en su casa.
So we started a Bible study in their home.
Y lo que más nos llamó la atención fue que el pastor Taylor tiene la visión de que se puedan alcanzar los hispanos en esta área donde estamos.
And Brother Taylor, without knowing Spanish, had the vision that we would be able to reach Hispanics in that area.
Y de verdad dijimos, wow, Señor, estás obrando a tu manera.
And so it let us see that God is working His way to be able to start a work.
Y entonces después él mismo nos abrió el 14 de julio un aula en la primera iglesia bautista de Florence para reunir las personas que hablan español y poderles enseñar acerca de la Biblia.
And so the pastor gave us an opportunity to have a Sunday school room. And we started on July the 14th with a Sunday school class so that we could have a class for Hispanics at First Baptist Church in Florence.
Y ahí comenzamos con esta familia hispana.
So we started with this Hispanic family.
De México.
They're from Mexico.
Con un hermano de Honduras.
And a sister from Honduras.
Un hermano de Venezuela se sumó, que es de ahí de Florence.
And then a man from Venezuela who lives in Florence came.
Y una hermana de Guatemala.
And then another lady from Guatemala came.
Y ahí comenzó este grupo.
So this is the group that got started.
Yeah.
So you planted 5 churches in Cuba. What's the difference? Something you could tell us. Is it easy or harder to plant here in the Jackson area than where you were in Cuba?
En Cuba, lo difícil es que tenemos que luchar contra el gobierno para poder plantar la iglesia.
The difficulty in Cuba is that we have to fight with the government people
I'm aware of that.
to plant a church.
Pero lo que hacemos...
Struggle is a better word than fight.
Sí, porque ellos no quieren que hayan más iglesias.
Because they don't really want us to have more church.
Right.
Por eso todo el trabajo el mayor número del trabajo de las iglesias en Cuba es en casas y no en templos.
So the major way we start new churches in Cuba is in houses instead of in church buildings.
En Cuba comenzamos con una célula de oración o un grupo de
So
oración.
we start with a prayer group.
Si sigue creciendo, plantamos una misión
And so then if that grows, we plant a mission. It becomes a mission.
y plantamos una iglesia.
And then we're able to plant a church.
Dificultades sí tenemos como necesidad a veces de local, de asientos, de recursos para poder ambientar. A lo mejor todo es muy caro y para comprar las cosas es muy difícil.
So one of the difficulties that we have is having a place, having the materials that we need, chairs to sit in, and everything is expensive there. And so that's the difficulties that we have there.
La diferencia de acá
The difference here
es que nos hace falta, es difícil a veces darse a conocer con la comunidad.
Sometimes it's hard to get to know the community.
Yeah.
Es algo, creo que más bien de la cultura de distintas nacionalidades.
But one reason is because there's such a difference in the different cultures.
También acá es difícil a veces tener un lugar para reunión.
And sometimes here, it's hard to find a place to have a meeting, a church.
Y también es difícil que a veces los pastores no tienen la visión de alcanzar a los extranjeros.
And sometimes the pastors don't have the vision to reach out to foreigners who are here.
Yeah.
Pero en el Señor todo se puede.
But in the Lord, everything is possible.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned Sam Taylor, and I know the Bowmans. And are there other churches that have kind of walked with you or are going to help you, partner with you in the future?
Que mencionó Sam Taylor y nosotros, pero hay otras personas, pastores, que están ayudando en este camino para plantar la iglesia.
Sí, tenemos al pastor Kevin de la Primera Iglesia Bautista en Richland.
Pastor Kevin from the First Baptist in Richland.
También es un apasionado con alcanzar a los extranjeros.
He also has a heart for reaching out to the foreigners in the community.
Él nos habló de este lugar donde nos estamos reuniendo.
He talked to us about this place that he's offered us to be able to meet.
Ellos habían adquirido esta propiedad
They had this property belonged to the church,
y realmente solamente la utilizan los lunes y martes.
and they just use it on Monday nights and Tuesday nights.
El resto de los días no tiene uso.
And the rest of the week, they don't use the facility.
Y él vio bien el poder abrir este lugar para la iglesia hispana.
So he gave us the opportunity to open this place to be doing Hispanic work here.
Tiene un salón que me dijo que con capacidad para 110 personas.
And he told me that it has a capacity for about 110 people.
7 aulas, 2
It has
baños.
7 classrooms, 2 bathrooms.
Es un lugar especial,
It's a very nice place.
pero también está en el centro de la comunidad hispana.
And the location is right in the middle of a lot of Hispanic population.
Aquí solamente llevamos 3 domingos.
We've just been here for 3 Sundays.
Este domingo ha sido muy difícil
This Sunday's been very hard.
porque habían quedado que iban a venir unas cuantas personas.
Several people had told us that they would be there today.
Pero con el problema de emigración que hay,
But with this problem that just arose yesterday with immigration, I don't know if you know about that.
Yeah.
solamente tuvimos 8 personas.
So we just had 8 people today. People were afraid.
Yeah.
Pero creemos que a medida que nos vayamos dando a conocer en la comunidad, muchas personas vendrán.
But we feel like as we get to know the community and get to reach out to people, that more people are going to want to come.
También damos gracias a Dios por la visión y cooperación de la primera iglesia bautista en Richland.
We want to thank First Baptist Richland for their vision and reaching out to us.
Igual que el pastor Sam Taylor, nos han dicho que lo que necesitemos, que le digamos que ellos nos pueden ayudar.
And Pastor Sam Taylor from Florence has said whatever they could do to help, they're willing to help.
Yeah.
Y ahí estamos conectados con
So
los
here we
dos.
are getting connected to different folks here in
Yeah,
the
sure.
area.
También Paula Smith nos ofreció ayuda en lo que necesitemos, materiales y
Paula Smith has offered to help
Para
us
trabajar.
and offer materials for
Yeah.
when we start Sunday school.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's why we are so thankful for Paula Smith, Multicultural Ministries, and that department we have for Mississippi Baptist.
Y por eso damos gracias por ella y este departamento de la convención que tenemos.
Amén.
How can Mississippi Baptist pastors, or what? Let Mississippi Baptist pastors know what is one of your biggest needs today, right now.
¿Cuál es una de sus necesidades mayores que quiere que los pastores de Mississippi sepan? Y que puedan ayudarles.
Bueno, realmente primero que oren por nosotros,
First, just pray for us.
porque Dios es el dueño de todas las cosas.
God is the owner of everything.
Lo segundo, que ellos pudieran decirle, los pastores del área, pudieran comunicarle a los hispanos que conozcan que ahí hay un lugar de reunión.
And that pastors, especially in this area, communicate with people that they know and about the Hispanic work that's starting and invite people to come to the Hispanic.
Y eso nos ayudaría a que las personas puedan tener más acceso al lugar.
And this would help us that more people would have access or knowledge of the work that we're doing there.
También pedimos oración por el tiempo que tenemos.
We ask that they pray for the time that we have personally.
Porque realmente dedicamos a la obra del Señor las tardes y los fines de semana.
He didn't say this, but I'm going to say he has a full-time job, so he works full-time from 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, and so he just has the evenings and Saturday and Sunday to dedicate to planning this church.
Pero esperamos que cuando podamos crecer,
But we're praying that as we grow,
podamos tener más tiempo
we can
para
have
servir
more
al Señor.
time to dedicate to the work.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. You got one more question?
What's name of the church, and how can people find you? How
Okay.
can they come in
El
contact?
nombre de la iglesia, ¿cómo pueden encontrar?
Bueno, le hemos solamente dicho Iglesia Bautista Hispana.
We haven't really named it yet. We're just calling it the Hispanic Baptist Church for right now. And
Ya. Y estamos frente al segundo departamento de bomberos de Richland.
okay, we're right in front of the second. It's called Fire Station Number 2 in Richland.
Okay.
Ya.
Okay.
Some people know it as Grace Center.
Grace Center.
Some people know
exactly.
it as the Grace Center.
Right.
That's where it is.
Es el punto de referencia que damos y todo el mundo enseguida sabe.
So when we share with people, that's the reference that we give, and everybody knows where that is.
Sure.
Y bueno, debemos de crear una página en Facebook
We need to
para,
create a Facebook page
para que las personas lo vean y,
So
y
people can
conozcan.
see.
Yeah.
Y
Well, Tanner's your man to help you with the Facebook page.
We can
He's
we
a
can help you
technology
set that
guy.
up.
Puede ayudarle con
And
Facebook.
listeners, we'll put contact information in the show notes, and you can always reach our multicultural department with Paula Smith. She will be glad to connect you.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I'm so thankful for this conversation. I hope our listeners are more aware of even the Hispanic groups in their communities that we're not reaching across the state.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And thank you, Martha. You did a great job
Yeah, we didn't know you were going to do this.
No, I didn't know.
Our first translated podcast.
Yeah,
Live.
this is not the first thing I've gotten her into, though.
Really known. Thank you so much for your time, praying for your ministry. So glad we got the word out today, and hope we have a lot of people respond to your ministry as well. So praying for
you.
your
For the
Thank you.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roberto.
Mississippi Baptists, thank you for listening to today's episode. My name is Paula Smith, and I serve as the Director of Multicultural Ministries. Our department works cross-culturally throughout Mississippi to touch lives with the gospel message, reaching the world that has now reached us, and equipping churches to reach all the cultures in their neighborhoods. We focus on a wide range of ministries, including African American, Asian, Deaf, Hispanic, Native American, and special needs adults. If you have any questions for our department, please email me at psmith@mbcb.org or call 601-292-3288.